Yeah.
So we're going to do a hand massage today, and this is a really nice way of getting in touch with stress and tension that people are suffering from. And the main thing is to make sure you've got a comfortable area at a suitable height. And this, I mean, here we've got a couch, but you could have a table, you could have it on your lap, on a pillow, anywhere. Just make sure that you're nice and comfortable and your client can relax in a sitting position. So I'm going to use some white lotion as a base. It's just a lubricant, so you can use moisturiser, any lotion base, or even talcum powder. So we're going to do one hand at a time, and I'm going to start with this right hand. And I'm going to warm it up first with a nice bit of effleurage. So keeping the hands and the thumb tucked in, we're just going to warm it up with some effleurage. And I'm going to do a passive move, so make sure that we just move the joint a little bit. So supporting underneath, we're going to try a little bit of flexion and extension and see how the joint moves. Then we're going to go round one way. This is really good for keeping mobility in your wrist and joints. So we're going to take it as far as it wants to go and not push it further or make it painful at all. So you want to make sure that anything you do is not going to be painful or too uncomfortable. So we're going to go one way, then we're going to go another, making a nice wide circle. If you have trouble putting your fingers through their fingers, then by all means have a hand hold and rotate that way, is equally as effective. So having done our rotations, then going to use the thumbs alternately on the wrists. So imagine that your thumbs, we're sort of ice skating, we're going alternate thumbs on the wrist bones. Now that might, I've dried up already, so we're going to have a little bit more. And we're going to do alternate thumb effleurage on the wrist. The movements are going up towards the top of the arm, so we're improving the circulation on the wrist. Then we're going to go and do what we call cross fibre frictions. So we're going to move the thumbs across the wrist from side to side. You might feel a little bit crackling, a little bit crunching, but that's fine. This friction movement is a natural analgesic. It stimulates the body's endorphins. So very good for people who have any pain in their wrist and hands. So then I'm going to link hands. I'm going to hold the client's hands and I'm going to do a pressure walk with my thumb. So I'm going to find the bone, I'm going to come from the wrist and I'm going to do a pressure walk, pressing in between the bones down to the thumb. And then I'm going to find the next one again, pressing in between the bones. So it's a sort of pressure walk, taking the pressure off in between. And this is really nice for getting rid of the tension in the hands, which are always on the move. And you might change hands when it feels a little bit awkward or uncomfortable. So we can spend as much time as we like just doing a pressure walk on the back of the hands. Now obviously if somebody had a cut or a graze or any sort of local contraindication, we're going to avoid that. And then we're going to twist down from the top of the thumb right the way to the tip. So imagine you're trying to take off a stubborn ring. So you're squeezing and twisting at the same time. Squeezing and twisting down to the tips of the fingers, pulling off any tension and stress in the fingers. Change hands again when you feel awkward, squeezing and twisting. And again, there's no rush, so we can do it again. Squeeze and twist. Squeeze and twist. What you don't want to do is you don't want to do that at the end of the fingers. That doesn't feel quite so nice. Although we're actually putting the pressure right the way onto the end, and we're going to make it consistent right the way to the tips. You don't want to have that snap. Doesn't feel very nice. Then we're going to turn the hand over and we're going to do the same. We're going to do this alternate effleurage with the thumbs on the wrist. So we're on the wrist bones. And quite often this is your little muscle here on the hypothenar, it's called, on the hand, and this is the thenar muscle. Now some people might have quite a prominent thenar muscle, and this is the attachment there, so that can be quite tender, so we want to make sure that we're covering those as well with our alternate effleurage. And then we're going to do cross fibre frictions across the wrist, helping the circulation. Now if you think that you have all the reflex points on the hand, we're covering all of those. So now we're going again into our pressure walk. So pressure, take it off and slide, pressure, take it off and slide all the way down to the finger. And again, coming back up, pressure and slide, pressure and slide. So as I was saying, all the points in the body are represented on the hands as well as the feet that you might have already done in my foot massage video. This is stimulating the whole body by massaging the hands, and it can be really relaxing. I used to have a flamenco guitar player used to come and I would do his hands for him a couple of times a week to ease the tension and stiffness. It's really good for all of us just to have a nice hand massage. You might want to have a hand soak beforehand, nice hot water, soak in a bowl. And if you've done my aromatherapy for home use, then you'll know what oils that you can use for the hands and how to make your own hand lotion. Then having covered the whole of the hand, again we're going to squeeze and pull all the way to the tips. So squeeze and pull all the way to the tip. Squeeze and pull all the way. And again, changing hands when it gets uncomfortable. So squeeze and twist. And then for the last move, we're going to link little fingers, and we have a stress point right in the middle of the hand. We're going to do some alternate effleurage up the middle of the palm with the thumbs. And then we're going to finish with a nice firm effleurage all the way, following through to the fingers and flick it away. And then we're going to do the other hand. Now if you look at the difference in colour, you can see that this hand is a much healthier colour than this one, which is a little blue, suffering from poor circulation. So the difference that it can make in the circulation of the hand and the mobility of the hand is quite phenomenal. So we're going to pop that one away, and we might wrap it in a towel to keep it warm. And then we're going to do this one. So again, we're going to lubricate the whole of the hand and warm it up with a nice bit of effleurage to warm it up. And we're going to start with a bit of rotation just to see. In fact, this one's a bit looser than the other one. Bit of a crunch as we go around, bit of a click. But again, that's nothing to worry about. Just complaining a little bit by the movement, and then we're going to go the other way. And then we're going to flex, so pushing it a little bit further than it wants to go, but not too much that it's painful. And then the other way as well. Then we're going to start with alternate effleurage on the wrist, warming up those wrist muscles. And then cross fibre frictions. And then we're going to link hands and do a pressure walk in between the bones. Coming down in between the bones of the hand. And changing when it gets a bit uncomfortable. So we might do a few rows of that. We're not in any rush, but I'm going to move on to pulling and squeezing all the way down the fingertips. I would say that it's really nice to spend maybe half an hour on the hands. So 10-12 minutes on each hand to give a really nice treatment. And it's great for anybody who uses a computer a lot. I'm going to turn over. I'm going to do alternate thumbs. So computer work, knitting, children even on their phones can benefit from this. And get the children to do you, it's a good idea. Everybody loves to have a massage. In India, the Indian head massage, all the families massage each other. So cross fibre frictions. And then we're going to link hands. And then we're going to pressure walk all the way over the palm. Paying particular attention up here to this thenar muscle, which can be a bit tender if you use your thumbs a lot. And it's better if you bend your thumb from this joint rather than do it like that. Otherwise you end up with big spoons over a period of time. So we're going to bend that knuckle and pull off and twist. Stopped. Pull off and twist each finger. No, I'm going to carry on. Finish it. And then finally we're going to link hands and we're going to go up through the solar plexus and finish with a nice effleurage and a firm pull off right the way to the tips. And if we compare our hands again, this one's looking a little healthier and this one's gone a bit blue again. But over a period of time, hopefully we would improve the circulation and the mobility of the hands and fingers and help with any pain in the joints.
That one's dark because I wear my golf club on that
Your golf club. Golf glove. Ah. Yeah, it just stopped.
That's all right, we would have got it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to sort of carry on and finish. Can we just do some photographs?